Hello, hello. Welcome back. Jonathan Mathis, the Sports Judge, here with you. Thank you for checking out the content and supporting the channel. If you like the content and enjoy sports commentary, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. OKC grabs game one at home, encouraging win for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's a fun fact. Since 2000, 16 Western Conference teams have won game one at home during the conference finals. Of those teams, only the 2012 Spurs did not go on to make the finals. Literally, all postseason, everyone knows how good of a team the OKC Thunder are at home. They're 6-1 at home this postseason. That marks the sixth time OKC has won 6 or more of its first 7 home games in franchise history. 3 of those 5 led to final appearances. Plenty of series to go, but after just one game, you have to feel good about the OKC Thunder. If they defeat Minnesota in this best of 7, it would be OKC's first finals appearance since 2012. Their only title in franchise history came in 1979 as the Seattle Supersonics. So a lot of history can be made here. And this team has had a fantastic year, both defensively and offensively. Their star leader, face of the franchise, was named the league MVP. I don't think a single team in the West is better than OKC right now. After game one, Ant-Man, the guy we like to compare to MJ, got a lot of flack. Can we look at the entire team before we go after one guy? Maybe give a lot of credit to OKC's defense. They completely wore down the Minnesota Timberwolves. Smothering defense, they were all over them, made them work on every single possession. I don't want to sound like Minnesota doesn't have a chance, but because of OKC's amazing defense and the second half surges, the Timberwolves, they'll have a tough task against the Thunder. Obviously, you look at this game and the second half told the story. Don't you just feel like their defense is a bit too much for the Wolves? Don't you feel like Shai is the best two-way player in the game and is great in the way he manages the game and controls the pace of the game? You got to look at what this defense is doing. It starts with their defense setting the tone and dictating the flow of the game. They forced 19 turnovers in game one and converted those into 31 points. You cannot come into their house, into OKC's house, and turn the ball over and expect to win. And obviously, OKC's defense, that's what they do. They feast off creating turnovers, live off turnovers, and I see them do this at an elite level, and I'm like, man, this is how you defend. Truly spectacular mix of physicality, all-time defensive playmaking, versatility, and excellent scheming. And Shai shows why he's the MVP. We were made aware of that once again on Tuesday night when he took over in the second half, did so in a very efficient manner, and put the team on his back when they needed him to. It's just that he understands the moment. Those guys understand the big stage, and they go all in, and they go for it. This is probably the best defensive team I've seen in a long time, and I've watched basketball for a very long time. Reminds me a little of the old Spurs team, where you always feel, even if they have a terrible first half, that they'll control the game by playing top-notch defense. I believe their defense kept Minnesota in check. I mean, think about it. And on any given night, you don't understand. They're tremendously deep. They play 10 guys. So they're deep. That's why on any given night, this OKC team, anybody can be the guy and show up and give you quality minutes. Whether that be Isaiah Joe, Williams. So that's what makes this team unique. If I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm like, man, we put ourselves in this position. Control the controllables. To control the controllables, you have to take care of the basketball. Don't turn it over. And hey, that's on them as the Wolves, because you know right now the team they're facing are favorites to win. But everybody is looking at Anthony Edwards as well, going, if he's the next MJ, this is his chance to show everybody what he can be for the Minnesota team, for this Minnesota team. So, of course, when his team is not playing well, we immediately look at him and say, well, he could have played better. He had 18 points on 5 for 13 shooting, but in the second half, he only scored 5 points. They did not get a lot from their bench. They have to be a lot better. Naz Reid, Dante DiVincenzo, Gilegous-Alexander Walker have to be a lot more efficient. All of those guys have to be a lot more efficient. I mean, listen, the Wolves, they cannot dribble the ball in traffic. They cannot dribble the ball in the paint. They're going to have to get out and run. And it felt like Julius Randle had something early because he was putting on a show. He was putting on a shooting clinic. I mean, think about this. You had a great first half, scoring 20 points, building on your postseason legend. Was quiet in the second half. Didn't look like the Julius Randle we saw in the first half. Like, I look at Julius Randle and I'm like, he's got to do that for 4 quarters. Not for 2 quarters and take the second half off. I think Anthony Edwards can be more lethal offensively. But there's nights where Ant is a non-factor. His shots are off. He's missing shots, not as involved or aggressive. In the fourth quarter, you didn't even notice Ant. There were exactly 0 points in the second half from Ant, or in the fourth quarter from Ant. Not much was happening in the paint. They got outscored in the paint, 54-20. That means they settled for a lot of threes and just jacked up shots, hoping they would go in. If you're the Wolves, you have to be more aggressive, get some easy baskets, got to get out and run and try to score in transition. It's not easy against OKC's defense because what they do well is take away the paint. But I figure if they're going to get any buckets, they need Ant to be the guy that sets the tone and everybody else kind of follows. I do wonder about that. And the Wolves are famously known for this being a terrible crunch time team. Can they close out basketball games? That remains to be seen. I mean, I've said this about them. They're a team that attacks early and often and could win the first 3 quarters in their games and still lose because they can't close. Game 2 turns into a must-win. Ant needs to hunt more. Can't have him taking 4 shots in the second half. Needs to be a superstar. Naz and Dante need to somehow remember how to shoot the ball. So many wide open threes just bricked. A lot to take from game 1 for Minnesota. And I expect a much better effort from them tonight in game 2. All right. I'm wrapping this up. That's all I have for you guys, but I'll come back with more great stuff for you guys, as always, very soon. Thanks for watching. See you guys again soon. And before I get out of here, I want to remind everybody, if they haven't already, make sure they hit that subscribe button for your boy. Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure, as always, talking to you guys. I'll see you guys again really, really soon.